Hi everyone, it's Greg from Concord and Ninth, back with you again today to do another video on one of our exciting new products. We're showcasing one of our new bundles from our December 9th product release, and it's the Celebrations card dies with our Celebrations stamp set. And these two products, they coordinate really well together. The purpose of this video is going to be to show you how to use these dies. And if you're familiar with our Hugs card dies and our Thanks card dies, you'll notice some similarities, but there are a few things that are a little bit different, so we thought it would be beneficial to have a video for you today. So, first I'll talk about the anatomy of the die set. You can see here there is one long die that is actually, and this, if you're familiar with Hugs and Thanks, is essentially what you're using to cut the ends of the cards, and it will eventually cut flaps that will interlock and allow you to make a fun card that is a gift. And so I'm going to show you how to get to this point with a card. So it comes with that die, and then there are also a whole bunch of other accessory dies that we've squeezed into the set for you to use. There's two different types of bow or string applications for the top of a gift. We have a little circle that can go on the center of that bow to complete that. There's a little heart. These two rectangles, they come together on one die piece right here, and they actually create the top of a box. And then there's this long skinny piece, and that actually creates a ribbon that runs up the center of the box. So, and then there's a little tag, and the fun thing about this little tag is the stamp set that coordinates has a bunch of different little kind of icon stamps for various occasions that can stamp right on that tag to further embellish your gift. So we have like a little cake, a little elephant for a baby, a wedding ring, and we have the cake that you can put candles on for a birthday, or this little couple for like a wedding cake. We have little pieces that can create a Christmas tree or a party hat. So, and then there's like a little balloon in there. So there's lots of different options that you can use to dress up that little tag. And then you can see also that we have three little background stamps, and these are sized well so that they bleed off of the edge of this birthday, the edge of the gift box. So you can see here, so here's a birthday card, and here is a Christmas card, and has the striped border on there. So that gives you kind of an idea of what the stamp set entails, and then those are all the other little accessory dies. So for the rest of the video, I want to spend time just showing you how to use the dies to get end results like I've just shown you on those cards. So what you're going to do is, and this will feel familiar to Hugs card dies and Thanks card dies, but you're going to start with, this comes from an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that we've cut to 5.5 by 5.5 by 11 inches long. And you'll know that a standard card size is 4.25 inches by 5.5. So when this is all folded up, it will end up being a standard card size. So you start with that size piece of paper, and what you're going to do is you're going to take your long rectangular die, and you're just going to want to center it top and bottom, so you have a little, we've had the blade go a little bit past the edge so that it will cut, do a clean cut completely across that piece of paper, and just leave almost the same amount of, you want to get it as close as possible to right in the center. And on this size piece of paper, we just leave a little, it's about an 1/8 inch space there, and you'll notice I'm not using a ruler, I'm just eyeballing this, but leave about an 1/8 inch here, and then this will run off about an 1/8 inch as well. And then I like to use this Post-it, it's called labeling and cover-up tape. It's great because it's repositionable, it doesn't leave marks on your paper, and I would just put a little bit of tape on there to hold that in place, and then you send that through your Big Shot or whatever die cut machine you're using, and then you'll do the same thing on this other side and run it through your Big Shot the same way, same type of spacing, where you have about an 1/8 inch running off the top and bottom and an 1/8 inch of excess paper on the side here outside of your blade. And so what you'll end up with is a piece of paper that looks like this, and you can see that there's 2 flaps and those rectangles where those cut lines went in, and that's going to eventually create the area where the paper interlocks. And so after you've cut that in your die cutting machine using that die, I just get out a scoring tool, and I actually score this at 3 1/8 inch. The reason I'm scoring it at 3 1/8 is this rectangle right here hanging off is 1 inch, and 2 1/8 inch is half of 4 1/4. Try to stay with me, it's kind of a lot of numbers floating around, but score it at 3 1/8 inch, and then what you want to do, and I've already pre-scored that, but get that, and then you're going to actually interlock those two before you do any scores to that side, okay? And what this will ensure is that you're going to get a nice, they're going to meet up nicely. So what I do is I just make sure that they're aligning, and then I give it a quick fold, and then turn it over and use your score tool to finish that off cleanly on the back side, and then you can see that that meets up in the middle. And so then what you can do with these is start dressing them up with the various accessory dies. And one thing that's important to point out is how to assemble the accessories on these gifts. You want to so there we go. Just want to make sure I was pulling the right side. So you can see that I've attached the center ribbon piece on this flap. So if we opened this up, that's going to attach on this side, and then your bow or string is going to attach actually on this side, and you're attaching it right here on your card, and then the rest of it will just be hanging off the side there. And then what happens is when you put it back together, it all aligns just perfectly like that. So so you can see this one was a Christmas card. Using those little shapes in the stamp set, we created a little Christmas tree there. This one, we've used the polka dot background and the little birthday balloons to create a backdrop there. And then we cut that out in some glitter paper. Again, I'll show you. If you want to do a tag, you would tie it onto the ribbon there and then adhere it down to this side. Again, that ribbon running up the center is on this side. So if you do that every time, you won't run into any problems with things getting in the way, or and it'll make sure that that opens and closes easily. So those two, that was Christmas and birthday, and then Angie actually made these cards that are actually just note card size, and she ended up not using it as the closure piece, but she just cut those away and created little gifts to go on the front of these cards. So there's a little baby boy card and a little baby girl card for a baby shower. And then another fun application, we actually did a 4x4 card for a little wedding card, and you can see we used a little die cut heart there. We used another one of the backgrounds, a little scallop. And again, and so this we chose to do as a little gift card enclosure, so we did It's All About You today. And so again, following the same pattern, we put the ribbon die cut up the center on this side of your card, and we adhered the string ribbon up here on this part of the card, and then the box tops are on there, and then we tied the tag to this side of the card so that you're able to open and close these cards. So that's essentially how you use these dies. Again, very similar to our Hugs and Thanks card dies, except this set only comes with one piece because it's flipped and kind of mirror imaged, and the fun part about having only one of these pieces is we're able to add in all of those other little accessory dies for you to dress up your gifts. And again, I'll just bring these back on here so you can see the two coordinating products together. One thing we also added into the stamp set is a tiny stamp that says pull here. So if you wanted to, you could stamp that right here on this part of the card and down here so that somebody knows to pull that way. And you could just stamp that in some Versamark so it's really fine and doesn't distract from the beautiful cards you're going to make. And again, the stamp set has just all sorts of these little phrases for you, and open me can fit on the tag. And then we have today is your day, it's all about you today, celebrate today. So there's different ways to play off of the different themes that we have going on in these products. And we're really excited about these products. Be sure to check these out along with our other December 9th product release. And if you're not following us currently on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, be sure to follow us at Concord and 9th. And be sure to check out our blog on our website and our shop to see if there's anything else there that you haven't seen yet. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks.